Good afternoon, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Let me just double check the Celtic website and just bang on. You couldn't make it up. Celtic have just announced the signing of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Breaking news this afternoon. Celtic are delighted to sign Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And then it goes on to say Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who has joined the club on a contract until the summer with an option of a further year subject to international clearance. The 32-year-old England internationalist, who has been capped 35 times by his country, is vastly experienced midfielder who has already won many honours during his impressive career to date. He came through the ranks at Southampton's academy before going on to play for them and making 43 appearances, scoring 10 goals. That form earned him a move to Arsenal in 2011. He spent 6 years at the club, making nearly 200 appearances and winning 3 FA Cups. In 2017, he joined Liverpool, and over the next 6 years with the Anfield side, he won the Premier League, the League Cup, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA World Cup. Moving to Turkish side in 2023, he was also pick up a Turkish Cup winners medal at the end of that season. His 35 games for England, he scored 7 goals, including one at Hampden, fucking boo, which oversaw over Scotland in a World Cup qualifying match. Having been training with Arsenal over the past few months, Alex has now made the move north to join Celtic. Celtic manager Martin O'Neill said, "We are really pleased to bring Alex to Celtic. He has so much to offer in the game. I'm sure he can add another dimension to us with his great ability, wealth of experience in the game. Above all, he's passionate and excited about the move himself. So we welcome a great player who is hungry to help us achieve as much as we can." Speaking on Celtic TV, Chamberlain spoke of his delight at joining Celtic. He revealed that chatting to Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney was enough to convince him of the move, along with some persuasive words from a couple of Celtic supporting friends, Joe Hart and Andy Robertson. "It's been a busy few days and I'm delighted, really excited," he said, speaking with the manager. "And just felt perfect fit for me, and I feel that I can come here and help out the lads." Just talking to the manager and Sean Maloney as well, who told of the expectations on the club and what it would mean to play here and what our targets are and what he's going to push me. That's all the stuff I identify with, and that's the environment I have always been in and been lucky enough to be in. That's exactly what I need. I need another challenge, and lucky enough at this massive club like this, they can help me get back to where I need to get, and more importantly, I need to help the team achieve goals we want to. That is the breaking news this afternoon. Thank you for that, Celtic. Perfect bit of timing. Breaking news that Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I will just take that. We'll put it up on the news bit. Also, I'll get it up there. And then we'll do this. That's absolutely crazy. What a start to today, isn't it? But a good news. There we go. That will be on the scene. Celtic have also made a pre-contract offer to the RB Leipzig midfielder Schlager. Slager. Still at the t-shirts. Can we change it? But anyway, that is one for the summer. So we'll see how that one comes about. Now, if you there was let me see, there were some. If you do have Facebook, I was actually going to show you this right at the beginning of the video, but Celtic stole the thunder. Thunder! Thunder! Wonder if he'll play that when he scores against a certain team. Anyway, if you do have Facebook, you can join Make sure that you follow the page on Facebook. I did put a thing up earlier on today, but drop your score predictions in the comments, and some people did do that. Noel went for 4-0 Celtic. Stacey went for 4-1 Celtic. Glenn went for 4-0 Celtic. Liam says just get the win, and given new faces that have run out. Jeanette says 3-1 to Celtic. Ian says 5-1 to Celtic. And Brother Wilfred, Celtic Supporter Club Sligo said 4-0 Celtic versus Dundee. Innes, however, said 6-5 after extra time. So make sure that you do follow us on Facebook. We're at 9,000 odd followers, and I'm trying to get up to the 10,000 followers by the end of February. No rush, but I'm sure that we will do it because you people are absolutely fantastic, and there will be more content going up on there on a daily basis also. But anyway, let's get back to the big news. The big news of the day, really. Celtic have made another signing, and you've got to say fair play to them. It's a signing. Alex will be number 21. It's the breaking news. There we go. Alex will be number 21. So that's a bit of good news for the day. Let's just go out and score a bucket load of goals. He will be paraded at Celtic Park, either at half time or before the game. Will he go out before the game or go out at half time? He'll probably go out at half time, wasn't he? Won't he? So make sure that you are watching the game with us. If you are boycotting the game today. Baz, who do you start at the new boys? I'll leave that to Martin O'Neill. That's his decision, mate. That's Dundee's never an easy game. We'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, let's get over this one first of all. I mean, I think that this is it's a good deal for the club, and giving them that option with the option of a further year. If he does well and he impresses, do you know what? With the signing like that, and the fact that we've made contact with an RB Leipzig, it tells me one of two things. It tells me that Celtic are expecting people to leave the club in the summer. Arne Engels will leave the midfield. Rio Hitati will leave the midfield. And maybe even Callum McGregor might leave the midfield in the summer. So you're talking about a complete change of players in the midfield for Celtic. The fact that we're looking at another 28-year-old as well in the RB Leipzig player, it does suggest that Celtic are expecting. But what it also says to me is Sean Maloney's having an awful lot of say. Have Celtic secretly, through Sean Maloney, have Celtic made contact with his old manager? Will Roberto Martinez finally become Celtic manager around about 10 years after he was first linked with the Celtic manager job? To me, there's more and more little signals that are saying that there's a massive chance that it will be Sean Maloney's ex-manager that will finally be the next Celtic manager, but we'll wait and see. We can only speculate on that, of course. Now, we turn to the game this evening. Absolutely fantastic of Celtic to just get that little bit of information out. The team news should be out in around about 7 minutes' time. Rio, Dyson, Callum, Enge will all go, hopefully. Dyson, I think that it's going to be a change of the guard this summer, isn't it? It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Because obviously we will bring in the new manager, and Paraglide parade the loan signing at the end of the season, be like a marking sign. This is embarrassing. You're never going to please everyone, are you? Yeah. I would take Martinez, but if Portugal do well in the World Cup, he might be out of reach for us, says Ian. I think these things have got a funny way of working, Ian, and it's a stab in the dark for me, and these things definitely, the fact that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain says that he spoke to Sean Maloney Why would Sean Maloney phone him? Do you know, unless Sean Maloney, who's obviously going to be here after the summer, had an indication of who would be potentially the next manager. Because you're not bringing in someone like that and bringing in a player of that calibre. People will have the negativity about it. People had negativity about bringing in a certain 33-year-old player back in the day, and he wiped the floor with Scottish football. I have, if the guy can stay fit, maybe it would. But then again, Ian, you're right. Maybe his wife wants to move home, and if he looks at it as a 4-year kind of plan, you could think that. I mean, Martinez is kind of stable in jobs that way. He doesn't tend to jump a job every 2 years, a bit like Brendan Rodgers and managers like him. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Baz, we've been saying that about Martinez and Sean come back. Yeah, I know. And now that things are, it amazes me that, why would Sean Maloney be talking to a player and plus the option? It might be the case that he might not like the new manager that comes in. I don't know. Makes it exciting, doesn't it? It does make it exciting. Anyway, we move on. Slightly off topic, but after the midweek cancellation causing our fixture pile up, please take note that the groundsman at Aberdeen and Dundee pitch in Rome. Aye. Let me just see some of them. Right, let me get over to. Obviously, the North Curve Celtic said that the boycott must go ahead. The impending boycott and further protest action are clearly having an effect by the club moving in a positive direction. By boycotting today, you will maintain the pressure and bring the club closer to the supporters. What will be? I don't even want to talk about that. I'll talk about the fucking game. We will talk about the game because Jesus, it's pissing the rain outside, and it's just fuck it. We move on. Right. Anyway, that is Celtic. Let me get to where the team news will be. Do that. Celtic FC, and there we go. Celtic getting out, and there they've got a video. Oh, you had to go and play some music. Got pictures, getting his pictures taken this morning. He was out at a training session by the looks of it. I don't know if it was a training session with the younger boys. Celtic are just putting one out with just, welcome, Alex. Our new number 21, Chamberlain. It's far too posh a name for Celtic. It is, but there we go. There is your new number 21. Let's just get it full screen for you. There we go. Fantastic. Can he come in and make a massive difference? Let's see what some of the Celtic fans are saying to it. What's that? Following the footsteps of a legend. There was one, isn't there? Bro's already holding on to his hammy walking down the stairs. There was one, isn't there? How many seasons has he played? It's just, fuck, I'm not even going to look at that because it's just going to be negativity, isn't it? Negativity. Celtic could come out and say that they've signed Santa Claus. People would give them fucking stick for it. But it's just the way that the fan base is. And where does it stop? I mean, ultimately we have to, after the game today, we have to start talking about bringing the club back together. And ultimately, what will that mean? Because you're not going to get Michael Nicholson handing in his resignation within the next couple of weeks. So what will it take for the Celtic fans collective And ultimately, now that there's organisations decided to step away from the Celtic Fans Collective, how much power does the Celtic Fans Collective ultimately have? Especially when you have the Green Brigade saying that, nope, we can't have a meeting with you because you have to have a meeting with the Celtic Fans Collective first. I think that could all fall flat on its face because the Celtic Fans Collective no longer speak for the majority. Let me just, what was that? Buzz, what do you think of Spain going to ban X? They're not. They're not banning Twitter. I don't know where you read that. They're on about doing the same as Australia and making it the teams up. See, fucking got caught reading comments. There we go. Whoa! Oh, let's just do this. It'll be way easier just now. There is the team is up. Sinisalo, Arrojo, or Arrojo, Trusty, Scales, Tierney. Interesting one. McGregor, Hitati, Bernardo, Mavuka, Yang, and Big Tam. Interesting. On the bench, Dohan, Benjanigran, Adamu, McCowan, Tenecti, Sarachi, Murray, Forrest, and Donovan. There is no Dice Maeda. There is no Dice Maeda. Shock, horror. Absolutely no Dice Maeda. Let me just do this. And we'll get this up on the screen just till the screen sorts itself out. Let me see if it's updated. It won't updated as of yet. It'll take about 10 minutes or so. So I'll go on to this one and we'll just put it up here. So that's interesting. Tell me what you think about that team. It's definitely a team of quite a few newer players. Get it right up there. Just take it right down there. And we'll keep that up until the other screen has joined. And there's no Arne Engels either. That's interesting. So he's obviously resting Arne Engels. Resting Dice Maeda. Shows you getting these other players in. I did say who would you drop. No Casper. My header's off to Toko to buy a shop full of plastic stuff. No Echo. There's another one that's not anywhere to be seen. Kalechi Echo. He's not there. It's interesting. Adamu is the striker that's on the bench. Benji Negrin, McCown, Tenecti, Sarachi, Murray, Forrest, Donovan. Still not a lot of centre backs. I mean, we're going with Dane Murray and that's it. It'll be interesting to see Mavuka playing on the wing, but anyway, it doesn't matter. My either not there, to be honest. Yeah, it's just true. It's good to see Sarachi on the bench. Duhan's on the bench. Interesting. We have bigger games ahead, to be honest. This should be a canter today. It will not be a canter, Craig. Games against Dundee are never a canter. Never. I can't remember the last time we had one that was as you say a canter. Right, give me your score predictions. I miss Wilfred Nancy's team listings. Yeah, well, you looked at it and you went, "Hi, what fucking what's he doing? Whoa, what's going on, man?" Jesus. We do. We miss Wilfred Nancy's team listings. That's about the only thing that we list from Wilfred Nancy at his time at Celtic. Martin O'Neill's rested some of our best players before this team makes sense to you today. Weak Celtic side should be able to beat Dundee. We fall under the affiliation, so no boycott for the Brazen Head boys. I didn't think you would do that, mate. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. I know. Listen, I know quite a lot of bus conveners that will go down the exact same road. And it'll be exciting to see how many people are actually inside Celtic Park today. And if you are going to the game, if you go onto the Facebook page and if you get up, let me just see, where is it? There. Oh, anyway, you've seen it earlier. I will give you the link for the Facebook page. If you are going to the game, put a couple of pictures of the outside. And then I will pin that comment. That is the Facebook page. Where is it? Where's my fucking comment? It's miles. And I've lost it because the comments are going that fast. God. Oh, that was a good idea. There's a couple of super chats came in. Where did they come from? Danny Cassie, and Stephen Johnson. Come on, you boys in green. After all afternoon to all those on the chat, says Stephen, and Danny Cassie come in with a couple of phone your mom and tell her you're not coming home. Donations. Thank you for them all. 15 0, I think it'll be 3-0. I'm heading there, Baz. I'll send you a live. There you go. Thank you for that, Ian. Send it through Facebook and we'll get it up and on the channel. And it will just be interesting to see how effective. And not that I want the collective to fail, by no means. I still think that there has to be room for manoeuvre within the board. I think that they're. Let's forget about it, but that stuff we'll forget about till later on. It will just be interesting to see how many people actually are at the game and are in attendance today. And if there's any kind of protest more than anything, it'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of protest outside the ground. We'll get that one up, Paul. Welcome to Celtic, Alex. And that was the breaking news as we came on live. Right as we came on live, big breaking news that Celtic are delighted to sign Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on to the end of the season with an option for a further year. So he does have that option of a further year. That's quite a decent move by Celtic, especially going through qualifiers. Don't know if he can help us out. And if we do lose players, we're going to lose players in the midfield in the summer. I think it's a good piece of business. And the other news that was coming out today, the fact that Celtic have made contact and made a contract offer to 28-year-old Austrian international who's set to leave his German club at the end of the season. He is leaving RB Leipzig. Javier Schlager. It's a great name. Schlager. He's a Schlager. He's a Schlager in the night. Oh, but anyway, so actually on the bench is great to see knowing that he's back. Yep, it is a good bench. It's a weird one because we don't know what Adamu can do when it comes to goal scoring wise, and Tenecti, this might give Tenecti a little kick up the arse, knowing that he's not a. There's a lot of players now who will realise that they're not first team definites. I mean, the only one that you could say is that it will be a definite, and it'll annoy a lot of people because he's the captain and it's Callum McGregor. I think that he is one player that is a definite. You could say Scales and Trusty are definites, but the rotation of everyone else in the team. He's playing Tierney. I thought, would you have dropped Tierney? But maybe he's trying to give that stability with the four at the back. You never know. Does watching the game on the telly count as a boycott? Does watching it on a watch along on the telly count as a boycott? I think that if people are boycotting it, they will watch it on the telly. And if you are watching it on the telly, make sure that you join the watch along where you can get plenty of good chat and it'll give us all the information when it's up and running. So it'll be fine. Be good. Anyway, right, let me jump into some of the comments. I think the board picked players based on their names. Do you? Why would that be? He'd be an incredible signing given the current state of affairs. I think so. But anyway. And then does watching the game on the telly count as boycott? Not at all. Might have a slagger later or a slout. Aye, aye, aye. Bad jokes. Bad jokes. I just jot through some of these. I don't think that Stephen would like me turning up down in Leicester to visit him, mate. But no, I would. I've already asked him, and I would love to do that. It would be brilliant. Sriracha on the bench is great news. Jump through some of these. Tierney's coming into a game now. I need to keep that momentum going with the back four. I suppose we've not got a midweek game. Well, we do this week. I mean, maybe the fact that he's going to give Tierney the first 60 minutes and you'll see a lot of changes. I mean, I'm expecting 4 or 5 substitutes in the second half. Easy from Celtic. Sriracha needs some game time. Adamu, you need to get him on the pitch. That's 2 for definite. Tenecti might come on. Big Tam will play 50, 60, 70 minutes and then bring on Adamu. It's an interesting one. And will James Forrest get a game? Oh, I don't know. Don't know. We'll wait and see. Kid keepers in. Maeda's not on the bench. Also good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. Hope you're good. Hope you are good. It's Does watching on a dodgy fire stick count as a boycott? Not at all. Yes, Stephen Johnson, I am doing a watch along. And I've always said that I'd be doing a watch along. What does Odom Ohm need to do to get back into the squad for games like this? Odom Ohm has no future at Celtic, I think. There we go. Chris Fraser says, I've got a feeling that Ox will be a success. Bookmark this. Bookmark it. Chris Fraser is the first one to come out and say that the Ox will be. I think it's. Was eating an Italian when Scotland got pumped. What was the score with Scotland with the rugby? Can't even remember. I switched it on to watch it, and there was an hour of other shite. Hopefully Maida's been dropped because he is rank rotten. Everyone today has to prove they're worth playing. I think that it's a big game for him because remember the last time that we played in the cup and we rotated stuff around and it didn't really go too well to begin with. I think that the players today, and because of the new players that have just came in, those are the ones that will give you the big kick up the arse, as they say, when it comes to football. The fact that there has been so many changes, those are the ones that are trying to prove that they are worth the deals that they were brought here for. So it'll make it exciting for the players going forward, and ultimately, we got beat. Jesus. By Italy. We got beat by Italy at rugby. That's a slap in the face, isn't it? No disrespect to Italians. I've got Italian friends who like rugby, incidentally. But Italy are shite at rugby. Anyway, who cares about rugby? That's the ultimate bitch slap, isn't it? Italy, you've just been beaten by Italy at rugby. Nobody gets beaten by Italy in rugby, but anyway, they might have improved since, I don't know, 1815 to Italy. Right, that is enough of that nonsense. Why is that paused? There we go. Right, that's the big news of the day, obviously, is the fact that Celtic have made the announcement. Oxlade-Chamberlain spoke about, and the interesting bit about the conversation that he obviously put out, the interview to Celtic TV, he says that he revealed he was speaking to Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney. Now, usually it's just enough for the current manager to phone you up and say, Look, mate, do you want to come to the club for 6 months, maybe a year? Sean Maloney may be back as pathway manager. Maybe, maybe not. But I still think it says a lot that he spoke to Sean Maloney. The boycott of the games only hurt our team, winning especially in the league. Good to see Sinisalo and Bernardo starting. It's a big one for Bernardo because he needs to prove to Martin O'Neill that he needs to rekindle that form that he had when we had him on loan that season and show that he's a good impact player to bring on because he's not been getting a lot of game time. You know, and by him, if he stands out today, which I don't think he will, because I think that you need to have a consistent run of games. You may find that he's taken off in the second half for McCown or Benji Negrin. But that all comes down to game time and the fact that he's not had a lot of game time. But we'll wait and see. Bernardo, Hatate need to give a good account of themselves today. Hatate is the one for me. It's how does Hatate, if he, even against Dundee, it's a cup game. Now, a lot of us will remember Clyde back in the day. And, you know, shocks are there to be had. It is at Celtic Park. It is at Celtic Park. So you're hoping that the fans do stand up and be counted this afternoon. And second bottom, St. Pauli 2, Stuttgart 1. St. Pauli possession 32%, 15 shots on target. I'll put that one up, mate, just for that. I forgot that they might have been playing today. I should have done a little watch along for that one. Because it's going to be interesting to see how Stuttgart. 3 shots on target. I did say when they were playing that game last weekend that I didn't think that Stuttgart were that great. There's attributes that you need to watch out for, but it's interesting that they got beat by St. Pauli 2-1 away from home. I still think that Celtic will beat them at Celtic Park. I think that it will come down to the away game. The rain was horrific in Italy, totally downpour. It should have been fine for the Scotland players then. Home has made serious muscle problems, very unlikely they'll ever play again at a high level. Sadly, if it had been rugby, if it had been Pittodrie, it would have been postponed. Hatate will be his usual self today. Don't want to see him back in the team at all. If he starts and he does the head down thing, it's Dundee in the cup. Do you know, if you get put out the cup, that is it. That is it. End of. It's a must-win game today. And the cup games are fantastic because Dundee know that they've nothing to lose. They either go all out, defend like hell, and try and sneak a goal towards the end, or they try and play football and they try and go for it. And, do you know, would you rather get put out the cup trying to have a go, or would you rather get put out the cup by sitting back for 90 minutes and you get beat 2-1 with 2 late goals for Celtic? Do you know? If I was the manager of Dundee, you can tell that he was playing. England Wales 10 minutes. Yeah, gubbed by Elibas. Do you all watch rugby? Italian rugby's decent now. Do you know, I've never watched Scottish rugby since about 2019, I'll be honest. We need to get the bum lickers out, Baz. Italy in the old team, Baz. Quite good actually now. There we go. Like I say, I've not watched rugby since 2019 for obvious reasons. Anyway. Most people in this group wouldn't know that Townsend supports Rangers. Had a Huns top on in Seville years back. There we go. Fucking twat. Celtic offer Schlager a contract. Looks like Martin O'Neill is trying to replicate the 2000 midfield with Alan Thompson, Petrov, Alex and Schlager. That'd be nice. I think that giving us a bit of bite, Martin O'Neill knows that we needed a bit of bite in that midfield. But the interesting thing about the information that's came out today, Martin O'Neill's not going to be here next year. So we're buying in players on the recommendation that Sean Maloney is still going to be in position next year as assistant manager. That tells you without telling you that who the next manager could potentially be. Because I think unless it was anyone else rather than the guy that managed him as a football player and the guy that he was an assistant manager to, but even then, a director of football, Tony's just said, I heard the suggestions that Maloney could land the director of football role. Even if you were director of football, you're not making decisions on who comes to the club. Do you know, you've got to leave that to the manager. Director of football can do transfer talks, can phone up players, get deals pretty much done and dusted before that Egypt Nicholson speaks to anyone. And maybe that's the way that Celtic are going. You never know. Maybe it is that Sean Maloney could become a director of football type thing, but then he has to know the type of player that the next manager will potentially want. Otherwise, what is the point in signing a manager if Sean Maloney is just bringing in all the players and saying, right, that's the players you've got? It does show you that there could potentially be things going on in the background at Celtic that will make the club better going forward than the club is just now. I mean, we all agree that the club's a complete shit show just now. And if that is the case, it could be the fact that Celtic have maybe pulled a little blinder there with that one. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Anyway. Well, yeah, there's a good one. It's completely pissing down here. But as you keep saying that Martin O'Neill isn't going to be here next year, but he's only said that he won't be here as a manager. Maybe he's told Ox that he'll be here in a different capacity. I had Martin O'Neill, not that picture, but another picture of Martin O'Neill up before Brendan Rodgers left. I mean, I was shouting for Martin O'Neill to be given Peter Lawwell's job way back then. And I still think that given Martin O'Neill the position of CEO at the club, the CEO doesn't have to do a lot of stuff on a daily basis. Doesn't even have to be at the club on a daily basis. You know, Martin O'Neill could still go off do his telly stuff, do his radio stuff and whatever, do any bit of punditry work, and then he could be CEO of Celtic Monday to Friday. The CEO just basically sits and turns up at games on a game day. Maloney, I'm telling you, he's worth a lot. Yeah, Maloney's a fantastic player to have around, person to have around. Martin will be manager next season. Wait and see, get a quid on it. Not a chance. Not a chance. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you. You've been on all the podcasts this week. Listen, mate, it maybe be a good community, but it's not the best channel. There's a lot better channels out there that I think personally, but anyway, a lot bigger channels, and a lot of respect for all the other guys that do any kind of YouTube, because it's not an easy game. Anyway, bunch of egg chasers. Come on, the hoops. The fragmentation of the sport is crazy. To want Nicholson still there in any capacity is astonishing. I don't think that they want Nicholson. I've never seen too many people coming out and saying that they want Nicholson to stay. Far from it. I think a lot of people realise that Nicholson isn't the best at what he does. But then some people will say, look, he's doing a good job. Anyway, Sean Maloney will continue as number 2 next season. Martinez will likely become our manager. I think so as well. And quite a lot of us are going down that. Folk offering corporate tickets on Facebook for 30 quid for us. Oh my God. People offering corporate tickets for 30 quid. Martin O'Neill is chairman and Sean Maloney is director of football. Bring in Larson. Larson wouldn't want to come to Celtic. I don't think he'd want him. What's the latest scores in the Scottish Cup? No idea. Scottish Cup's game today. Let me see if we can get them. Livingston. No, Livingston. Dunfermline are beating Kelty 1-0. Elgin are beating Partick Thistle. Elgin City 2. Partick Thistle 3. Let me see if I can get the fifth round. That's the only two games that are playing today. It's the Rangers Stranraer. It's Rangers Queen's Park. Anyway, the other games that are getting played today. Airdrie Onions won. No, that was yesterday. That was a full time yesterday. So St Mirren are already through. They beat Airdrie Onions last night. Dunfermline are beating Kelty 1-0. Dunfermline are beating Kelty 1-0. That's Jesus. Kelty are like way down the leagues. But anyway, that'd have been a good little. I'm sure there'll have been a few scraps outside Dunfermline Stadium with that one. Elgin City 2, Partick Thistle 3. Celtic kick off in around about just 49 minutes time. Rangers play tomorrow against Queen's Park. Stenhousemuir versus Falkirk tomorrow. And Dundee United versus Spartans is on Tuesday. No, that's wrong. Yeah, it is. And then on why are they dragging the Scottish Cup out? Tickets for television. And then Aberdeen play Motherwell on Wednesday, the 18th of February. That can't be right. What? I think Google's got it all fucked up. I don't know. I think Google's got them all mixed up. Who knows? That can't be right. Surely. Anyway, right, we changed that. We changed that back to that. Still further than you guys to see. Yep, no chance. He looks knackered. Cheers for that, Michael. Time to order a McDonald's before the game. A McDonald's. Motherwell versus Aberdeen versus Motherwell postponed. It must have been postponed. It must. Let me go into. Let me check out Aberdeen's. No. SFA. Do this. I want the SFA site. Sometime today. Thank you, Kid Keeper. I'm waiting on the SFA site's terrible. Why is it taking so long to load? What an absolutely horrible site. It's Scottish Cup. Men's Scottish Cup. It's a really bad site that the SFA have got. Latest results. It's a terrible website. It's only got the right, matches. Round 5. There we go. It's the worst website ever. Aberdeen and Motherwell. is due to kick off later tonight, according to this, at Aberdeen. Is that postponed? I have no idea. It doesn't tell me. Oh, who cares? We'll find out later. Try flash score. Yeah. There we go. Scottish Cup. Scottish Cup. Why is Aberdeen game being changed to the 18th? That's bizarre. The games that have been postponed today was Dundee United versus Spartans. 86 minutes into the game at Dunfermline. Dunfermline 1, Celtic Hearts 0. Dunfermline, Lenny will love that because Celtic Hearts are just all Huns. Elgin City 2, Partick Thistle 3. Celtic versus Dundee kicks off at 5:30, Celtic part time. Tomorrow, Rangers play at Queen's Park, Stenhousemuir play Falkirk, and then it's got on the 18th of the 2nd, Aberdeen play Motherwell. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Kid Keeper says, Baz, agreement with you, CEO would be a great place for him and great for the fan base. Yeah, I think Martin O'Neill, the Aberdeen game must have been postponed. Love to see Martinez. Thank you, Celtic girl. A lot of love going on today. What's going on? What was that one? I will be in Stuttgart on the 26th of February. I recommend Celtic fans staying Saturday as Stuttgart play Wolfsburg. I'm getting away from the ball and chain for the weekend. See you there. Oh. Did I hear the rumour that the crazy rumour that Celtic were in for Calvin Miller on deadline day? Yeah, another player that we let go years ago. I did see that, and I was just like, another player that we deemed wasn't good enough. Celtic are fabulous at doing that, telling players they're not good enough for Celtic, and then years later they come back and go, do you know what? You maybe turned out a bad player. John, the truck driving legend. Hail, hail, guys. All the best for Glenrothes Shagger. The channel here. I can see the new management team next season being Martinez, Maloney, Fozzie, and some Spanish coaches. And he's giving it 3-0 Celtic. Big Tam and the new guys. That's a super chat from John, the truck driving legend. Are you still away up north, mate? Like you were this morning. Working away. Any details of the Schlager offer? No, no, no. Just that there's the offer has been made, and I'm staying away from any Schlager comments, and especially after we've got Schlager Lager Belky stuff. Anyway, sorry, Baz, that wasn't meant for you. I've missed out you missed out the bankers. Someone had a second pint of Schlager. Oh no, honestly, God, right? I think is there another super chat coming? John the truck driving legends done two super chats. I forgot to say that rugby are the farmers. Tories from the borders and public school wankers from Edinburgh. This is very true. This is very true. John, the truck driving legend, who tells it as it is. Magnus is in, and he says, "Hey, thanks, Baz, as always." And one hoops 2-1, 2-1. Really, is that all? 2-1. I think Celtic. It's always a close game, isn't it? Do you know? We'll wait. It's at Celtic Park, so I'm hoping that hopefully, watching the Oxlade-Chamberlain interview, he looks buzzing. Should we try and get it on? I won't be able to show it on the screen, but I am going to watch the Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's a 9-minute interview. Who the fuck was he talking about for 9 minutes? Oh, he's not going to. He's not going to give. He's not going to give talk a lot of run for his money. And why has Celtic got it in this one format? That's lazy production by Celtic. They've put it out in a format that is just for mobiles, which means it's from their app. Now, rather than doing 2 edits of the video, this is picky as fuck, but from Celtic and the amount of people that they have, they should not be putting it out as a shorts video. That's a schoolboy error. You know, you should be putting it out on Facebook in the short form edit form, but on YouTube it should be. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit of Chamberlain and see what he has to say.
Sean Maloney also, and it's just a massive club. Just a massive club, right? I know everything there is to know about. Just a massive club, right? I know everything.
This isn't just
a shut up, buddy. We're just going to get it right back at the beginning, and we'll hear what he has to say. You can go and watch the full interview on Celtic socials, and it will be on the app.
To know about Celtic, my dad's obviously from that era where it's a massive club. So just to have the opportunity to come up here, I'm best mates with Andy Robertson as well, so it didn't take much convincing from him. And yeah, it's came about that way. Speaking with the manager, just felt like the perfect fit for me, and feel like I can come in and help out the lads.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an interesting one that he name dropped Andy Robertson, because Celtic were also linked with a potential move for Andy Robertson. I don't know did he get an offer from Liverpool? Was he still a free agent in the summer? Is there a possibility that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain may play in the same Celtic team as Andy Robertson next season?
Celtic's a huge club, it sells itself, but...
And hear how I was in the situation I was, hear how my last few seasons went out in Turkey, and just get a bit of background on my situation. And then I sort of explained everything, and he sort of said, well, I'd love to have you up here, and it was just sort of seemed quite seamless. And I think a lot of these times when you're in these situations, there can be a lot of opinions back and forth with teams when you're talking, and you just want the opportunity to go and play. And the manager here, he sort of maybe a bit more old school in that manner, where he just said, are you ready to come and play? I said, yeah, absolutely. And here we are, we're ready to get cracking.
Yeah. That's all you need, isn't it? You just need a manager. Every player just needs a manager that believes in them, and that's what Martin O'Neill does. He brings in players that maybe aren't having the best time at the moment. You know, maybe aren't having. He did it the first time at Celtic, and I think that I trust Martin O'Neill's judgment. And if Martin O'Neill thinks that he can get a tune out of this guy to the end of the season, and if he does well, he's got the option of another year's contract at the end. Could be a good deal.
You're an experienced guy. I'm sure there were other offers, but did this just feel right?
Yeah, definitely. Just really chatting to them guys. I think speaking with Sean also, and you know, him telling me the expectations on the club, what it means to play here, what our targets are, and that he's going to push me. That's all stuff that I sort of identify with, and that's the environment that I've always been in and been lucky enough to be in. So all of that, and along with what the manager had to say, it just felt right for me, and felt like a really good challenge. And it's exactly what I need. I need another challenge. Obviously, I'm lucky enough to do it at a massive club like this. And yeah, I think they can help me get back to where I need to get to, and more importantly, I need to help the team achieve the goals that we want to do.
That's it. That's all I need to hear. I absolutely, do you know, player with a wealth of experience, player that can do things in the middle of the park. Fuck me, that is a The rain's bouncing about 10 foot off the ground. Sinclair was nowhere near his level. Martin O'Neill can get Ox playing like he did with Bellamy. We're cooking. Full time at Dunfermline. Dunfermline are through. Dunfermline are through. Let's get the full times in the Scottish Cup. The games finished Dunfermline 2, Kelty Hearts 0. Dunfermline through to the next round. Will Celtic get Lenny in the next round of the Scottish Cup if we can win today? Elgin City have been beaten by Partick Thistle. That's a good one for the Partick Thistle manager. Dundee United versus Spartans was also postponed. And then the other games take place tomorrow, and Aberdeen take place on the 18th of the month. Don't know why it's taking place then, but it does sound up for it. What? Just like Lubo. Why are you talking about Little Mix, you bunch of weirdos? Baz, I heard that Andy signed a pre-care contract. I think that when you've got somebody like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming to Celtic, and why did he phone Andy Robertson? Why did he phone Andy Robertson? Where does the Andy Robertson? I mean, we know that he's a supporter and he played at Celtic in his younger days, but why would Andy Robertson have? Do you know? There's too many little. Fuck me. We're going anywhere tonight anyway, that's for sure. Yeah, he may be. You never know. You never know in football. And if he does, could have one hell of a team next season. One hell of a team. Which I think that we'll need. Because Alex is married to one of them. Is he? Oh, God. So we're going to have some wee, like, pop star thing. Who is Little Mix? Is it a band? Is it one singer? God, I'm showing my age now, no? Fuck's sake. Oh, Jesus. Magnus, are you joking? Who's Little Mix? Mate, to to make it to just put it out there, there's probably a lot of people on the channel going, fucking, what is Little Mix? Who is Little Mix? Andy will be back at Celtic. He's engaged to her with 2 children together. Oh, how cute. Can we get back to football? Looks like Rangers will dominate for the foreseeable. Does it? Do you think so? I don't think so. David says this is Celtic's version of the Beckhams. That's all we need, isn't it? The Celtic version of the Beckhams. I tell you one thing, this has been a pretty busy video so far. Absolutely fantastic. Shows us could be the fact that there's a lot of people, folk showing their age here. Yeah. Engels is just not in the team. Let me just see if that has updated yet so that I can put it onto this screen. Oh, do you think that that'll be the... Will Bernardo play that further forward? I think he will, won't he? I think he will play that further forward position. Is the Dundee team out? Dundee team should come up next. You got me speed that up. It's running a bit slow for my liking. It's fine when the game's on, but when you want the team, now it's just got the Dundee, the line up there, the Dundee. 4-2-3-1 formation. That'll be the change. That'll be the formation that will go with next season as well, I think, a 4-2-3-1. It'll be good to see what Mavuka can do. And there seems to be an issue with the Dundee lineup. But there we go. We'll come off that just now until it sorts itself out. We'll just leave that one. I have no idea what year they came out, Celtic girls, so I'll let you off with that one. Celtic board will never sanction a move for Andy Robertson. Why not? I think if they've got Chamberlain in, why would they not go for Andy Robertson? Surely there's a wage structure now at Celtic Park that is in a place that allows them to bring in players like Oxlade-Chamberlain. Because I mean that guy, he's bound to be on some funny money over the years, especially with Partick Thistle through. Mavuka that bazooka. Mavuka left or right? It's got the Dundee team, it's still fucked up. What are we playing at? What are we paying Ox? I've no idea. No idea, that won't come out for a couple of days or so. It'll be interesting because he's obviously happy with the wages that Celtic are offering because he wouldn't have taken up the option of another season. He's hoping to go out and do as good as he can this season to make sure that he gets offered that extension for next year. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Right, what time am I going live at for the watch along? About 15 minutes time. See that there's a couple. There's loads of headlines now from around the world regarding Celtic. Oxlade-Chamberlain completes Celtic switch. It's coming out of Ireland. The BBC report it as Celtic's perfect fit as Oxlade-Chamberlain signs. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Can we not just call him Alex? Right? Or, I know that he's got Chamberlain on the back of his shirt. Oh, fucking folk with these long, stupid names. He says that Celtic are the perfect fit for him after joining the Scottish champions on a deal to the summer. The former Arsenal and Liverpool midfielder has been a free agent since leaving Turkish club in August and has not played since May. However, the 32-year-old understands the expectation on him as he looks forward to working under Martin O'Neill. And then it's basically just this, that had just taken the transcript from the Celtic video as expected. Let me just do channel live watch along. There's 4 people sitting waiting on the watch along. Did they not know that we're live on this channel, on this video? 4 folk just sitting there. Yeah, there is over 745 on here. Maybe they're just trying to get in the conversation. Make sure that you do join us on the. Make sure you do join us on the watch along. Let's go pin that message. Yeah, make sure you join us on that. And if you're not going to the game today, it will be interesting. Let me just double check Facebook. To see if there's anything come in from anyone at the game. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Let's do this. Perfect. Right, I'm going to go and get ready. I'm going to go and grab a quick snack and then I will be back in around about, what does that say, 15 minutes time. And I need to get the TV and everything ready. So anyway, I thank you for watching this Celtic versus Dundee Scottish Cup team news announcement. Been some interesting announcements by Celtic today. The fact that they have brought in a brand new player as soon as we went live. Celtic also decided to put out a fantastic statement as far as Celtic Football Club are concerned, with the announcement that they're delighted to sign Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Celtic are delighted to announce the signing of Chamberlain, who has joined the club on a contract until the summer with an option for a further year, subject to international clearance. Interesting one, and I hope he is a big success, a bit like another 33-year-old that came in. Baz, not a lot of fans walking down Springfield Road. I wonder how many will turn up. Cheers for that, mate. I will come on in around about 10 minutes' time. Anyway, thank you to the people that give us super chats on this one, and thank you to the 5,530 people who've watched this video. On that note, have an absolutely fantastic day. Come on, you boys and green. Glasgow's green and white.